Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you some information, and number two, provide you some inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well, and if not, may this video serve as a source of encouragement and a great reminder that our God truly is with us. Hey, it's Holy Week, and we're on the Wednesday of Holy Week now, and there's plenty of information to share with you over the next few days. The first is this. Tomorrow is the Seder dinner at the church at 6 p.m. We only have a few seats available for this. If you have not signed up yet, I would encourage you to get on the phone, shoot us an email as soon as possible, and let us know that you're interested in coming. It costs $15. The Seder is, it's symbolizes, not just symbolizes, but it's the meal that Jesus Christ had with his disciples before everything began to change rapidly. And so that's what we're doing tomorrow night. It's at 6 p.m. in the church lobby area. Be a great time. Hope you can join us. If you haven't signed up already, need to sign up soon because it's filling up. So that's tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, the Passover Seder at the church there. On Friday night is our Good Friday service. It starts at 7 p.m. in the sanctuary. It's a service of shadows. We will be doing this online. I want you to know, as the service progresses, it gets darker and darker and darker. It's an opportunity for all of us to reflect on the significant event that happened that night with Jesus Christ dying for us. And the reason why it gets darker is because it's symbolic of everything, the light of the world being extinguished through the crucifixion. And so invite you to participate with us. It's at 7 o'clock. We will celebrate communion at the beginning of it and continue hearing the progression of the story of Jesus Christ being crucified. And so that is a powerful service. And so please join us for that Friday night, 7 p.m. in the sanctuary. Last announcement, or as far as the informational portion, concerns Easter, Resurrection Day. We have a sunrise service at 6:30 a.m. I told you this last week. Bundle up. It's always chilly that morning. And so it's at 6:30 a.m. It's in the courtyard of the church. At 8:30, we have a breakfast. And I found out last night that there's going to be biscuits and gravy there. So we're going to have pancakes, we're going to have eggs, we're going to have sausage, we're going to have biscuits and gravy. It's going to be a wonderful time. Fruit, for those of you that need fruit, that'll be great. So it's from 8:30 to 9:45 in the gym. And then at 10 a.m., we are having an Easter egg hunt for the children, plenty of candy. And it'll be a wonderful time watching the children go out there and have a blast. And it's fun to watch them run and have fun and laugh and enjoy themselves. And then at 10:30, we gather together to worship this one who is risen, and he is risen indeed. And we will celebrate that. It is a great opportunity for all of us to remember that we always have hope. And the reason why we have hope is because Jesus Christ rose from the dead. That's pretty much it for the announcements. Also put on the calendar, Closer Walk, which is on April 15th. We get to go down and serve in Chinatown. On April 16th, David Bacon's going to be sharing his story about how God rescued him and did some really cool things in his life. On April 30th is our annual meeting. So that's it for the announcements for the month of April, all right? So, hey, I don't know about you, but sometimes I wake up with a song in my head. And this morning, believe it or not, I woke up with the following song, that You Write a Beautiful Story. And I was thinking about that lyric, you write a beautiful story. And so often we want to focus in on the beautiful story part. It makes sense. And what hit me was that Jesus Christ writes a beautiful story, even though there was a whole lot of ugly that went into writing that story. Thinking about the fact that Judas betrays him in John chapter 12. Thinking about the fact that in John chapter 13, he tells Peter, you're going to betray me. We go to John chapter 17, a beautiful prayer that he prays for unity, and the apostles Yes, they were unified at that time, but they had been through some serious times of not being so unified. We come to John 18 where Judas does the betrayal. We come to later in John 18, we come to this place where Peter denies Jesus Christ 3 times. We go to John 19 where he is sentenced, he is mocked, he is beaten. It's ugly. We go to see at the end of John 19 that he says these words, "It is finished." A whole lot of ugly. And yet, in that ugliness, he was writing a beautiful story. Because we know that in John chapter 20, he is no longer in the tomb. We celebrate the fact that he writes a beautiful story. He writes a beautiful story in your life, even though there are some ugly things that perhaps you're experiencing right now. He writes a beautiful story, even though there are some painful things that you're experiencing right now. He writes a beautiful story, even though perhaps you're wondering, do you have much purpose? He writes a beautiful story. That's our God. He goes into ugly places and writes beautiful stories. One of the reasons why I love Holy Week so much is because of that truth, that the resurrection reminds me that even in ugliness and even in darkness, Jesus Christ is writing a beautiful story that involves hope, a beautiful story that involves love, a beautiful story that involves you and me, because that's how much he loves us. May he continue writing that beautiful story in your life and in my life. And as we experience all that life throws at us, may we never forget that he's writing a beautiful story. I love you. I'm thankful for you. And I pray that you have a great rest of your Holy Week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.